terms of the work for the fall, I think one of the things that we really tried to focus on when we got here in September was just really focusing on the process of improvement and focusing on a self-scout. We wanted to get an idea of the type of team that we were and the type of team that we were hoping to be this spring. And one of the things that we definitely knew we had to replace was a lot of offense. Graduated a lot of senior offense from last year's team, and guys like Mike Perlow and John Hogue and Brian Connolly. And so to be able to figure out ways to replace those guys, but also to figure out what this team's identity is, not just replacing guys who have gone, but figure out this team's identity. And so we focused a lot on our structure this fall. We focused a lot on the weight room. We spent a lot of time working on our fitness and working on our strength, and really happy with the way the guys responded to that. So we're in our 4th week of the preseason right now, and we just finished off our 2nd scrimmage. We were able to scrimmage Springfield and Keene State last Saturday, and we were able to scrimmage FDU last night. And so it was really important for us to be able to get a lot of outside competition leading into the season. With the 11 freshmen that we have on the team, only 5 seniors, we're a pretty young roster. And in terms of game experience, especially on the offensive side, really inexperienced. And so getting those guys as much game experience as we could was really important to us as we head into our season opener against Babson on Saturday. And so we were able to do that. We learned some things about ourselves. We learned some things in terms of the way that we want to execute, the speed and style with which we want to play. We're absolutely going to rely on a really strong veteran defensive group this year. We returned Matt Diaco between the pipes. We returned 4 juniors who all played significant roles last year defensively with the pole in their hands, and 3 junior short stick defensive midfielders that also played a significant role on that end as well. And so those guys will absolutely bring a lot of leadership and experience, but we're also excited by some of the young guys who have stepped up and stepped into some roles that we think can be really effective. Some of those young freshmen and sophomores have showed up in really good shape. They're competing really hard on the defensive end, and so we're going to build from the defensive end out this year, without a doubt. We're going to rely on really strong defensive play, really strong team defensive concepts, and we're going to focus on that end, and then translating that into really efficient offense. We want to make sure our offensive guys are not only executing the schemes that we want, but we want to be shooting with accuracy. We want to be taking high quality opportunities, and so we're going to be relying on not only those seniors, guys like Seth Berger or Quinn Hawkins on the offensive end, Richie Davis as well down there, but also a guy like Kevin Mulvey, who returns with the most points for us as a sophomore. Kevin is a really good talent and somebody we're excited to have. But once again, those 11 freshmen of those guys, we're going to see some of those guys step into some important roles this year too. So we're excited about that. When we got the job here in September, our coaching staff, the schedule was pretty much in place, and really excited about the level of competition that we're facing. Obviously, when you talk about the Liberty League, it certainly starts with a team like RIT, who competed in the national championship game last year. Coach Kuhn's done a fantastic job up there, and so they're the big man in town, if you will. And so it starts with that team, but it certainly doesn't drop off much when you look at teams like Union and Clarkson and St. Lawrence and Vassar, and obviously adding Bard to the league next year is going to be a really special thing. RPI as well, obviously being right up the street. And so the league has been something that I was really excited about when I first got this job. It's a fantastic conference to be a part of, and really good coaches within the conference. So excited to be able to compete against them this year. And then when you look at our out-of-conference schedule, we start this Saturday at Babson, a really strong opponent who played for their conference championship last year in the Pilgrim League. We have 5 NESCAC schools on the schedule, and fortunate enough to play some really strong competition from those New England schools, and obviously with Potsdam and Clark, as well as those other schools. It's going to be a really well-balanced schedule. It's going to be one where we're going to get pushed, certainly, and that's what we want. We want to play a really competitive schedule here. One of the things that we focus on is competing at the highest level, and so in order for us to embody that, we need to play a really competitive schedule, and we're going to challenge our guys this year. And so excited to certainly take on those teams. When you look at the goals, the goals are to make that Liberty League tournament, and that's going to be one of those top 4 teams in the league, and that's no easy task. It's no easy task any year, and it certainly won't be this year. And so that's going to be one of our goals that we're going to focus on this year. But we're really more focused on the process and really improving as a team from game to game, and making sure that we're playing the best lacrosse that we can be playing at the end of the spring. Because if we focus on those details, we focus on that process, the winning piece will come. And so that's really been what we're trying to preach to our guys: is take pride in the details, take pride in the preparation, and realize that will lead to positive outcomes for us. But no doubt, the strength of the schedule this year is one that we're really excited about.